Hey guys, so I'm going to show you some stretches in a minute, but first I have to tell you of this wonderful thing. So, I just came up with a new term for a guy who just goes around trying to get laid, and that term is cock wolf, which I think is very fitting. Like, that dude is a cock wolf. But then I was talking to Jonte about it, and he was inclined to think that that was like the third evolution in a Pokemon tree. So we decided the new Pokemon tree goes Cocker Spaniel, which is just like the name of a kind of dog, but it has the word cock in it, but you don't even notice it because it's the name of the dog. Then there's the second evolution, which is Cock Coyote, which is kind of, you can tell that it's a little off, but then you don't really, you maybe don't notice that that's why it is. And then the third one is Cock Wolf, and that is the most bonin Pokemon, except for the fourth evolution. It's a 4 evolution Pokemon, and the last one's just called Fuck Beast. So there's that. Okay, so your shins hurting is probably something called shin splints, and that happens to a fair amount of runners, especially. So I've never looked that hard at your feet, but if you're flat-footed or if your feet are pronated, which means instead of being like level like that, they go like that kind of, that's like your ankles will just like, I go like that. That's called pronation. The opposite is supination if they go like that, and that's also bad. But pronated feet tend to cause shin splints and or plantar fasciitis, which is like the bottom part of your foot, like what's right here. It can cause that to get really inflamed and in pain. So ways to avoid those are running on soft things like grass instead of concrete or sidewalk or asphalt or anything like that, or using like an elliptical instead of doing something with like pounding. An elliptical will also be better for your knees and stuff. So there's that. Okay, here's my normal stretching routine before running. It's always a good idea to have like your hamstrings, obviously. So a hamstring stretch is just like knees pretty straight. You don't want your knees to be locked because then it's actually stretching the back of your knee instead of your hamstring. Your hamstring's this big muscle. So you want them to be like that instead of like that. So a little bit. And then feet, they don't have to be like touching like that, but just fairly close together. And just go down slowly. Never bounce. You'll see videos of people from the 50s stretching like, and just remember that everything anyone did in the 50s was stupid. So yeah, just hang down. You don't have to, you're not going to get very far probably. Nobody gets very far when they start stretching. So just kind of hang and try to ease down. Also, this video is going to be longer than 4 minutes, but it's going to help you out, so I'm saying that's probably allowed. Also, since we break every other rule, I don't know why we can't break this rule. And then if you want to get a deeper stretch in either of your hamstrings, take your one foot and put it over the other one, and then stretch down. Remember to keep your knee kind of bent, both your knees, and then go down. Other stretches that are good, you want to get your inside of these nice and stretched. So a good one for that is to kind of go down like this, like one knee bent, one knee straight, and then just kind of rotate this in and try to go this direction with it, like in this direction towards the ground. You're trying to get your top of your leg onto the ground. It's never going to reach it because, I mean, unless you broke your femur, then it would reach it, but don't do that. And then from there, I usually like to stretch this. Your tensor fascia lata is this little thing. It's like the thing that lets your leg do this. It's that little muscle. And if you're running, it can get really sore if you don't stretch it out. So if you just do like a lunge, and then kind of lean into it and sink your hips down, like so. I don't have a lot of space to do it correctly, but your knee shouldn't go past your foot like that. You should just move your foot up more, and your knee should be at about a 90-degree angle with it. Then you can stretch your buttocks, and basically just grab your leg and hug it in towards you, like so. Then your calves, if you go against like a wall, or you can do it like this. I really don't have a lot of room here. Just try to press the heels of your feet into the ground. Again, don't bounce them, just go very slowly and gently. Again, all stretching should be slow and gentle. And then your quadriceps, I usually do last. And that's like, pick a foot up and pull your foot like that. Always grab it with the opposite hand. Don't do this, like with the same side, because that's bad for your knee, because it's making your knee go in a way that it doesn't go. What else needs stretched? That's about all. Obviously do all of those for a longer period of time than that. But yeah, and also don't neglect stretching your arms and upper back. So if you do this guy, like grab your elbow with your hand and pull slowly, you should feel it in your big back muscle, your latissimus dorsi, and do like this kind of thing, because you actually use your arms a lot when you're running. Yes, so that is all, and I will see somebody sometime.